Donald Trump still dominating the Republican presidential primary race. Latest Fox polling shows him with a 10-point lead at 28%. Dr. Ben Carson, number 2, at 18%. You've got Ted Cruz at 14, Rubio at 14 as well, and Florida Governor Jeb Bush at 5%. Jonah Goldberg, senior editor, National Review, and a Fox News contributor. Jonah, good day to you.
Good morning, Bill.
Every time the numbers roll in, we kind of change the direction here a little bit. And you believe now the direction here is the rules of gravity are changing. That's the argument you're making. How?
Right.
Explain.
Well, look, it's sort of been a cliche for a long time, particularly about Donald Trump, but also about Ben Carson, that the rules of they were defying the rules of political gravity. And so far, Trump remains immune, I think, because he is governed by the rules of entertainment gravity more than he is governed by the rules of political gravity. But Ben Carson has had a precipitous drop in the polls and ever since the Paris attacks because he does not seem equipped to talk about foreign policy in a coherent and informed way. And you've seen this, there's been a lot of bad stories coming out of late about how he's struggling to get up to speed on it. He's being asked about it on the Sunday shows where he says, look, I'm going to have to do my homework, essentially. And that's a credible response, but it's not the response people want to hear in the wake of the terrorist attack.
I get it. Do you think he can recover from that, Jonah?
Well, he's certainly got the brain power to. The problem is, and we learned this with Scott Walker as well, is that it's very difficult to get up to speed on things once a campaign season has begun. You got to do your prep work before you announce you're running for president because you just can't get up to speed given all the demands on a candidate. It could be that he will get a swing of things. It could be that this is a temporary dip in the polls, but the time is running out. The holiday season's coming, and the voting and the debates are going to come up much faster than people think.
True. We're going to be in Iowa tomorrow, it feels like. Look at the matchups head-to-head with Hillary Clinton and all the leading Republicans. Rubio is the only one that tops out at 50%, but he's on top of her by 8 points there, okay? And then you see Bush beating her, and Carson, and Trump, and Cruz, and Christie. The only two that tied are, Carly Fiorina and Hillary Clinton. Now that's pretty telling.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of takeaways from that. The first is something I've been saying for a very long time. Hillary Clinton is a very flawed candidate for a change election when the incumbent president is unpopular. Those are not great circumstances for anybody running, for a third term for the same party. And Rubio, I think one of the reasons why he is best suited in these polls, according to the polls, to take her on, is that he's been running on a generational change platform for a very long time. He is trying to do the JFK, new torch, new generation, new century kind of approach, and he's very good about talking about it. He has also the fact that he's a Latino who speaks Spanish. It blunts some of the identity politics plays that the Democrats love to do and that Hillary Clinton is clearly invested in. And you got to remember, one of the reasons why Howard Dean imploded in 2004 was, and I've often thought that Trump may be the Howard Dean of this cycle, was a front runner for a very, very long time, is that when you actually get voters sitting there talking about how much they want to win and beat the incumbent party, they tend to go for the guy who's most electable. If people think Rubio is the most electable, that's really good news for Rubio.
Well, in our polling, we found 78% thought it was very important just to win. So Republicans want a winner on that point. Now, final question. Given the events of the world over the past 2 weeks, who do you believe in the Republican field is best equipped, best positioned to handle the issue of national security and these matters overseas?
Well, look, I personally think that both Rubio and Cruz are up to speed on foreign policy in a way that they're ready to do it, whether you agree with their specific policies or not. I think Christie also talks very intelligently about it, and he has executive experience, which matters, and he's trying to play that former prosecutor card to, I think, some good effect. I think Jeb Bush clearly knows all of the issues. I personally think that Donald Trump doesn't. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but he gets to bluster through by projecting real power and strength, which a lot of people like and appreciate. And he has this sort of Homer Simpson appeal where he says, if you don't think there are any easy answers, you're not looking hard enough. Yeah. And so I think, most of the Republican field is actually pretty well situated for this climate. Doesn't mean you want this climate.
Well, we'll see who rises above that then. Jonah, thank you. Jonah Goldberg reacting to the latest numbers from Fox today. Thank you, sir.